Storm Team.
Welcome back to KX News at 6. We're looking live at a cold North Dakota right now. Sunset hour for Bismarck and Dickinson. And actually, fun fact, today's the first day of a 6 p.m. or later sunset so far this year. So those sunsets will be post 6 p.m. from here on out. But at any rate, we are still bitterly cold across the board. Seeing a 10 below right now for the Magic City, 14 below for Williston. And we're going to continue to fall as we progress through tonight and into early tomorrow morning. In fact, there is an extreme cold warning in effect for pretty much the entirety of the region. In effect till noon tomorrow. I would expect this to be extended for pretty much the duration of the rest of the week, maybe also into the upcoming weekend. Temperatures right now, all of North Dakota is below zero. Mobridge is the one holdout at 2 below, or 2 above, I should say. Seeing a 15 below already towards Crosby and Plentywood. Teens below elsewhere across the north and the northwestern corner of the state. And those wind chills brought to you by Absolute Comfort Plumbing and Heating. As bad as this looks, and it looks pretty bad, you know, we're in the 20s and 30s, even a couple of 40s below zero towards that northwestern corner. We get even colder than this about 12 hours from now. We'll preview that in a few minutes from now. But again, going to be bitterly cold for at least the next 12 to 24 hours as far as those wind chills are concerned. So what's going on, Kenny? Why are we so cold? So here's the overall jet stream flow. Obviously, these purples and I guess these blacks towards the north and back towards the east represent colder air. And of course, those blues and greens and yellows well down towards the southwest are warmer. So right now, again, we have this Arctic air blast coming on in from the north, infiltrating us as we speak. That's why we're so cold. But watch what happens as we transition into tomorrow. We get even more of that polar dip, even further down towards the south. So obviously, we stay cold through tomorrow, much colder by Wednesday, perhaps. As we get into Thursday or Friday, the overall jet stream wobbles a little back further towards the north. May get into the teens for those highs for Thursday, but again, short-lived as we get into the weekend. That polar dip happens once again. More of those purples infiltrating us by the weekend. So there's no break to this pattern for at least the next 7 to 10 days. There are some signals. You can kind of see this little itty-bitty ridge trying to form out towards the west. Maybe at the end of next week, we might get a couple of 20s or 30s. We'll see. But again, that's still 10 to 14 days away from now. So here are your overnight lows for tonight. So widespread 20s below zero, maybe even a 30 below zero for our friends out towards Bowman. So bitterly cold as we progress into tonight. Here are the highs for the next 3 days. Around zero tomorrow and Wednesday, much like today. Again, Thursday, as that jet stream moves a little further towards the north, maybe a little bit warmer, back to around 10 for some locations. And as far as those wind chills are concerned for the next several days, again, 30s, 40s, and yes, even some 50s below zero to the far north as you get into early tomorrow morning. And then more consistent 30s and maybe even a few 40s below zero over the course of the next couple of days as well. Looking at Williston's next 5 days, again, bitterly cold over the next 5 days. Thursday is the one, quote, warm up, getting to about 8 degrees for the high. And of course, overnight lows well below zero. Dickinson's warm up again Thursday, maybe 18 for that high, but near zero elsewhere. And again, teens below for the next couple of nights. Looking at Minot's next 7 days, tomorrow a high of 1, then 4 below for that high for Wednesday. Look at those overnight lows, 5 or 6 straight nights in the teens and 20s below zero. And Bismarck, not much better. Again, near zero for those highs. 30% chance of some light snow perhaps for Friday, but just staying cold for the next 7 to 10 days, Joel.
We kind of thought after a few days maybe we would see something to be optimistic about, but really we are just stuck in this deep freeze
stuck in
right
it
now.
For now. Yeah. Remember 2 weeks ago, and it was like 45 degrees? It feels like forever ago.
It really does. Let's hope that doesn't take too long to return.
Let's hope.
Kenny, thanks so much. And coming up next in sports.